Okay, quite an important step here. Going from having a button which just does something static when you click it to actually doing something with what you've typed into the box. And for that, that's why we gave the text box the ID textbox1. Okay, so we're going to go to our JavaScript function and we're going to grab the text from this text box and make it also print out when we click the button. So for that, let's leave console.log hello for now, and let's make some lines above it to do our new code. Okay, and this you're going to have to do fairly carefully. To get the text that's in the text box, you have to make a new variable, var, call it something relevant, var text equals, and then you do document dot get element by ID, meaning get something from the page according to the ID you've given it, and then in there you're going to have some brackets after that and some speech marks in those brackets, and in those speech marks you're going to say what the ID was that you gave your input box, and that's textbox1. And there's one more step. So we've got the text box. As long as there's something there called textbox1, then this line of code will now have got that thing, but we need to get the dot value inside the text box. Okay, so if I run the code now, it's not actually doing anything different. It's not printing the value or anything. I have to type something in the box for a start. And then I click the button and it still just says hello. It doesn't give me an error. I think, to be honest, if I made a mistake, when you change your code you have to re-hit run before you can test it. No, it doesn't actually give me an error. That's annoying. So you've got to be careful with JavaScript, because I've obviously spelled value wrong there, but I'm not getting any kind of helpful that doesn't work kind of error. So make sure you spell that line correctly. Now let's literally put plus text. So it's going to say hello plus the value of the text variable. Run the code, type something in, and there you go. Okay, it's not a very good message. It literally is just hello followed by that without even a space in between. Let's go back to HTML and let's just improve this a tiny bit. Let's, before the text box on a line, let's just put what's your name. Okay, I'm not doing any kind of complicated styling or anything like that. I'm just literally writing the text, what's your name. They type it in that box. It says click me, and it will say hello your name. So what's your name? David. Hello David, and then let's make sure there's a space in it. Hello. No exclamation mark there, but a space instead. And then let's, after the text, let's plus speech marks. Put the exclamation mark on the end. So it will say hello space David exclamation mark, or whatever you type in. Okay, so let's try a different name. Let's try Rihanna. It's obviously, at the time when you press the button, it's picking up whatever value is in textbox1. It's creating a variable in JavaScript which stores that value, and then it's using that variable in an output message. So a fair bit more complicated than Python for taking input, but much more powerful.